fly fishing is we're trying to fool fish, any kind of fish, fool fish into eating whatever you offer them, so you can catch them. Well, in fly fishing, we're mostly imitating bugs or other little fish, or worms, or sometimes shrimp, freshwater shrimp. There's shrimp all in the lakes and the winds. Little tiny freshwater shrimp that you can imitate. So we're imitating these things and trying to offer the fish something that looks like it. So, represent what we call nymphs. So those same things that we just saw. Well, remember that stonefly with the two tails? In big rivers, sometimes they get really big. Because they move a lot, we tie these things that look ugly and look like they're moving in the water. And see how it has the two tails in the front and the back. So we just tie the stuff that looks shape-wise somewhat similar. This one's obviously bigger than that one that was just here. But it's the same kind of bug that it could imitate. Closer to what the mayfly looks like. So you're just approximating things. There are some flies out there that are an exact replica. Like they're like, oh, that's a kind of mayfly called a blooming olive, you know, or something. And then there are some things that some of these flies, they're just are tractor patterns. They look generally buggy. You know, they're like kind of like, oh, that looks like that little one that look like the little piece of stick. There's a fly that we use to imitate that. And the bead that's in the front is just to give it some weight, so it will sink. Top of the water, actually this is what most fly fishermen like to fish the most. It's like you throw the fly on top of the water, it floats, and you catch fish. So like this imitates some sort of grasshopper, right? These actually are imitating shrimp. But here's another grasshopper imitation. Looks kind of like this. It has a wing back that's flat. This is actually a giant version of this, called a stimulator, the name of the fly. And essentially the adult version of that stonefly looks kind of like this. And you have some in your fly boxes. Those imitate ants. And I was saying earlier to Jim that they're terrestrial bugs and then they're aquatic bugs. So terrestrial bugs are things that fall in the water. And aquatic bugs are things that hatched out of the water. And these are all the adults. So here we have yet again ants. But most of these things are the other flies. So this whole row here is different kinds of mayflies. And they have a wing that you may have seen mayflies on your and this is all like things that are like woolly buggers. Essentially, this set of flies aside from that is called things they would call streamers. And we throw them out in the water and we fish them. Sometimes we dead drift them, so we just let them float. But mostly we're stripping them back, like we were kind of doing with those woolly buggers today. And I'll show you that again here in a second. But we're fishing these as if they were little fish. And in the water, when these things get wet with all this hair, they look like little pulsating fish swimming around. And so there's different kinds of fish that we're trying to imitate. Sometimes little trout, things that are shiny, like so. Yeah, again, 3 big categories, just to go back: dry flies, nymphs, and streamers.